Techability Northwest. Empowering independence through technology. Navigating the Zoom meeting app using the keyboard.
Hi, and welcome to Navigating the Zoom Meeting app using the keyboard. Let's get started. When you first join a Zoom meeting, whether directly into the meeting or making a stop at the waiting room, generally when your meeting window opens, it's minimized, meaning it's not taking up the full size of your screen. If you want to maximize it, you can press Alt plus the spacebar to open up the system menu. The system menu is just like those icons in the upper right hand corner of your application window that you can click on with your mouse, the minimize, maximize, and close. But the system menu allows you to navigate the list and make your choices just using the keyboard. So I'm going to do that now with Alt plus space.
Alt space, system menu, restore unavailable, R.
Okay, I'm going to use my down arrow to get to the maximize option, then press enter.
Move, side, minimize, maximize, enter, leaving menus, Zoom meeting.
All right, now my Zoom meeting window is maximized, taking up the full size of my screen. To navigate the different controls in this meeting application window, I'm just going to navigate using tab. That's going to step forward through the different control options. If I want to go backwards, I can add shift to that and shift tab. So I think of putting a car in reverse. You're shifting in reverse. So each of these options are either a button or a button drop down menu. Those buttons can be activated with spacebar or enter. They're generally interchangeable. I personally prefer spacebar because it's the largest key on your keyboard and easy to find. So I'm going to press tab until I get to the mute option.
Sign in button. Meeting information button. View button. Mute, currently unmuted, Alt plus A button.
Okay, it also gives me the quick access keyboard shortcut, which is Alt plus A to toggle on and off my microphone. I can also use the spacebar enter on this button as well. But the keyboard shortcut allows me to mute or unmute from anywhere in this application. I don't have to be on the button. Since I'm on the button, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate by pressing spacebar.
Space, unmute my audio with Alt plus A or press
Okay, so I've muted. I'm going to press spacebar to unmute.
space, audio now unmuted.
Okay, now I'm going to tab a little bit further.
Audio settings button menu. Start my video, Alt, video settings button. Open participants panel.
Okay, so now I'm further away from the mute button. If I want to practice using that keyboard shortcut, Alt plus A to mute or unmute, I can do that at any time. I'm going to do it now.
Alta, audio now muted.
Just note that your focus does need to be on the Zoom meeting. So let's say you've moved your focus to your Outlook email. You cannot mute or unmute using Alt A at that point. Your focus needs to be in the Zoom meeting window. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and unmute myself again with Alt A.
Alta, audio now unmuted.
Okay, now I'm going to hold the Shift key and press the Tab key so that I can move backwards through these different button controls.
Video settings, start my video, audio settings button menu.
Great. So this is a slightly different control. It's not just a button to turn on and off the microphone, but in this case, it is a button drop-down menu. It's going to give me a context menu list of additional audio settings. I'm going to activate it with spacebar.
Space, context menu.
Okay, once I'm in that menu, I'm going to use my up and down arrow keys to navigate the list and press enter to activate the items. I'm going to demonstrate that now.
Select a microphone array Intel registered smart sound technology for digital microphones, unchecked. Microphone 2i Pivo V4K Pro, unchecked.
Okay, if I want to close and exit this list, I'm going to simply press escape.
Escape, 2.
Okay, now I'm going to press the tab key to continue to move through the controls.
Start my video, Alt plus V button, V.
Okay, I can start my video here by pressing spacebar or enter, or use the keyboard shortcut Alt plus V for video.
Video settings button menu.
We also have a button drop-down menu for additional settings for video options and includes choices of which camera you'd like to use, if you'd like to use a virtual background, and so on. Going to tab,
Open Participants panel, closed. 2 participants, Alt plus U button. 2. Press Control plus arrow keys to reorder.
Okay, so at this control, it's a button, but this button will open up a side panel showing the participants in the meeting. And I'm going to demonstrate that in a moment, but I'm going to go ahead and press Tab.
More options for participants button menu.
Button menu for more options on participants.
Open Chat panel, Alt plus H button, C.
Okay, so chat panel. Again, if I want to participate in a meeting chat, which we'll get into in future lessons, I can activate the chat panel here.
More options for chat button menu. React button, R.
If I want to react to something someone has said in the meeting or raise my hand, I would do that here.
Share, Alt plus S button, S.
Perhaps I want to share my screen. I can activate this button to go through the dialog box and make my selections on how I want to do that. We'll go over that in a future lesson.
AI companion button, A.
The AI Companion is a fairly new product. Not all users have access to this, but you can activate it to get a AI generated summary of the meeting minutes. Pretty useful tool.
Open Apps panel, closed, button, A.
There are additional apps that you can integrate into Zoom meetings, and you can find them here.
Show captions button, S.
If you need captions in a Zoom meeting, you can activate that here and make some additional choices on how you want to see those.
More options for captions button menu. More meeting controls button menu, M. Leave, Alt plus Q button, L.
Okay, here's the leave button. It also has the keyboard shortcut Alt plus Q. You don't really have to use that keyboard shortcut. You can simply do Alt plus F4, the universal keystroke to close any application or window. And I'm going to go ahead and press the Tab key.
Sign in button, S.
And now it's just looped around to the very first control in this application window. Alrighty, so Tab to step forward through controls, Shift Tab to step backwards, Spacebar Enter to activate a button, Escape to close a context menu. The last thing that we're going to do is take a quick peek at one of those panels, whether it's the participant panel or the chat panel. You're more apt to look at the chat panel, so let's go ahead and make our way there with Tab.
Meeting in, View button, Mute. Audio setting, Start my video set, Open more options, Open Chat panel, Alt plus H button, C.
Okay, Open Chat panel, Alt plus H, but I'm going to go ahead and press Spacebar since I'm on the button.
Space, expanded, leaving menus, type message here, edit, blank.
Okay, visually there's a pop-up panel to the right of the meeting that hosts the chat panel, sorry there. But here you can send and receive messages within the chat, you can share files, links, etc. We're not going to go into this just now, that'll be in a future lesson, but if I want to close this panel, I'm going to press Alt plus H.
Alt H, collapsed, type message here, edit, blank, chat panel now closed.
All right, chat panel is now closed. Thanks for joining me on this lesson and have a wonderful day.
Visit us at www.techabilitynw.com